Oh, they're not hooked up to his. Okay, all righty. Okay, well.
How's LA?
It's LA.
Awesome. I didn't think our day was that bad. It's a little on the cooler side, but we're not pouring rain today, so that's good.
60,
I actually had to go to Grants Pass for a doctor's appointment. Didn't even have to wear a jacket. It's actually very nice.
Yeah. So I understand that you're going to join us for the first part of this, but you also have another meeting that potentially you have to get back to. How'd she do?
What's that?
Okay.
No, I asked about that too.
Okay.
We need one, don't we?
Yeah. Did you print off the agenda?
That's okay, if she doesn't have one, it's okay. Yeah.
How about, do you want me to just ask the questions or do you want to ask them?
No, you can.
I said, how about I do that?
Perfect, that's all we need. She doesn't have to.
Okay.
I'm good.
Should we start?
Yeah.
We're going to bring this meeting to order. We're going to start the meeting off by, we had 2 applications for, no. Oh, we need to roll, sorry. We need to roll call and pledge allegiance. Okay, so roll call.
Bear with us, this one meeting, we don't have an agenda right in front of us.
So, all right. So roll call.
Here. Caroline here.
Justin here.
Gerald here.
Oh, you're not.
Not on the board yet.
Yeah.
So, let's just pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. We're having this meeting. We have some applications for board member positions. We're questioning. We need to form decision. How much of this do we need to go over? Because it's like, are you interested in being the budget committee running for school board? So
They're interested, and it's just basically,
so like summarize your interest and involvement in the Glendale School District. Brian, we'll do Brian first. Interest and involvement in the Glendale School District. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. What about you, Gerald?
Similar to that, I mean, I'm a coach here in this town. I'm at the school. I have kids that go here and have graduated from here. I'd like to give back and help grow this community and this school.
Can I clarify one statement there? Gerald is an exceptional volunteer coach.
Yes.
And
Volunteer
is
coach.
not in a paid position.
Thank you.
Somebody doesn't volunteer.
Well,
Can't be both.
you can't.
You're not doing it for the money anyways, but. Between volunteer and paid,
Yeah, and I just want that on record.
yeah.
Summarize your background in financial matters, please, Brian. And what about you, Gerald?
I have 7 years in the automotive industry, being a manager, a finance manager. I dealt with auto loans and budgets, controlling, handling money, making sure everything was accounted for, budget is balanced, like some accounting in as well.
Sounds like both of you have quite a bit of financial background.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
What about you, Gerald?
From what I understand, we meet, we listen to all the facts, the information, and help make decisions that are best for the community, the district, the school. And said a lot to learn, but
Okay.
like up to learning.
But willing to do it.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any specific plans or ideas for the Glendale School District, Brian? Okay. Thank you, Brian. What about you, Gerald?
About the same. I don't have any at this point in time, but
Okay.
once I gain a better understanding, I'd love to take outside the box to help bring more ideas.
I think thinking outside the box is always what gets
That's
people
what we all
somewhere.
need, yeah. In
Ideas
small
that always
districts,
win.
that's what's needed. Yeah.
All right. Public schools face many challenges as we meet the demands of 21st century education. What role can the board member play in assisting the district in meeting these challenges? Sorry. Public schools face many challenges as we meet the demands of 21st century education. What role can the board member play in assisting the district in meeting those challenges?
That's a great question. I mean, obviously, without knowing, what the goals are, the details on how much you're going to have there, I would say, to be conservative, the biggest thing would be that we look at what is best for the community as a whole. Right? Obviously, with anybody's position, I mean, we have 100+ students that need the best decision to move back forward, and we got to make a decision that fits for the vast majority. I think that would have to be a conversation with what's best for the whole system and most maybe.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. And what about your answer there, Gerald?
Very, very similar answer. I totally understand the role. Understand that, but understanding that in the 21st century, there's different hurdles that we may have to overcome. Being able to meet together to make great decisions for the vast majority, like Brian said.
Okay. Oh, I've got some in my pocket. Thank you. Okay, that does it for questions. I don't know that it's probably appropriate to ask for personal references on here at this
No,
point
no,
in
no.
time.
We can, yeah.
I don't know that that's even really necessary.
And I personally know both of them.
I do
So,
too.
yeah.
I mean, I think that's, we need to be open. We need to be open and honest about that,
Exactly, yeah.
I think that's fine for part of the decision-making process as well,
Yes, it
because
is. Yeah.
we do know their background, we know their character, things like that. About you, Ron, you got something to
Well,
add?
just, anybody that volunteers to step into the position, I've got to hats off to them. I mean, both these gentlemen are well vested in the community. I mean, they're both alumni. Brian was gone under years, he's back here. Gerald as well, and I just want to say thank you for stepping up, and you, Brian, for wanting to step in this position to help, lead the school district. Hopefully,
Yeah.
better, bigger things.
I do know also that Brian is actually up for election at this point in time.
Yeah.
So that's something. And I know that he was not able to get on to in time,
Cutoff
right?
time.
He didn't make the cutoff time because he wasn't aware that this was.
Next general election, not telling November.
No, our election is this month, actually on, oh, oh,
Rough.
When will he have to run again? How long will he be appointed for before he'll have to run?
okay, so he's going to be appointed until our next election, which will be next year
Next year.
at this time. Yes, and it will be for a 3-year term instead of a 4-year term is how that will work.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. And so you will run then, and then you'll get back onto the cycle of where it's at this point in time. Yes, And-
Mine's 2.
yes, yours a 2-year. You, me, and Justin are all the same year, and then these two will be the same year as well, or the following year. Yeah, because it's
So
it's
you
broke
never
up.
You never have a totally new thing.
Right. Well, you do it right. Exactly. You do it so it's broke up, and that not everybody is running at the same time. Yes. Yep.
So
Okay.
where does that leave us? Does that leave us comfortable to make a decision on something tonight? Or do we need to postpone and make a decision later?
I say it makes us comfortable to make a decision tonight myself.
So I would entertain a motion for somebody to make some appointments based off of our interview.
I make a motion to approve Gerald and Ron Lopez.
Do we
I-
need to appoint positions to their,
Yes, we will appoint position 1
and
for
the 4th.
for Gerald.
the
Wait, which position did you go up for? 4? Okay, yeah, whatever. What does that say?
he's in seat 5. He's
Okay.
in seat 5,
Okay,
and then
he
he would be running for seat
3.
okay. So seat 3.
Okay, so
Seat. Motion would be for him, Gerald, to be in seat 3 and Brian to be in seat 5. Yeah,
Motion that Gerald.
Position 3, and Brian Ford to fulfill the position
5.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I've got a second.
Is there any further discussion? Let's take a vote.
Ron, yes?
Caroline, yes.
Justin, yes. Okay.
Thank you. Welcome aboard. Well, we're actually going to swear you into office so that you can sit and do voting tonight. Okay? Okay, that's okay. You
We're
you
still
can
gonna-
sign off. Just let us know when you need to sign off, and that's fine. Okay? And yeah, and I'm going to go ahead because I am a notary.
Okay.
I can do this.
Okay.
Yes, okay. Okay, I'd like you to raise your right hand. Brian Ford, raise your right hand. Okay, repeat after me, please. I, Brian Ford, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution and the laws of the state of Oregon,
the Constitution and the laws of the state of Oregon,
and the policies of Glendale School District number 77.
and the policies of Glendale School District number 77.
During my term, I will faithfully and impartially
During my term, I will faithfully and impartially
discharge the responsibilities of the office to the best and to the best of my ability. I'm sorry.
discharge our responsibilities
Of the office to the best of my ability.
in the office to the best of my ability.
All right. Thank you. Congratulations. Woo! Please raise your right hand. What is your,
Gerald McCurdy.
I was going to say, what's your last name? Okay. I, Gerald McCurdy, do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution and the laws of the state of Oregon,
the Constitution and the state laws of the state of Oregon,
and the policies of Glendale School District Number 77.
and the policy of the school district number 77.
During my term,
During my term,
I will faithfully and impartially discharge
I will faithfully and partially discharge
the responsibilities of the office
the responsibility of the office
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Woo!
All right.
Yours. Or, no, their signatures, not yours. Their signatures.
Okay, so
Brian, we will have you sign when you are here. Okay,
Board meeting probably?
yes, next board maybe, yeah, which
next
is
Wednesday, is it?
next Wednesday. Yes. Will you be back? Okay, thank you.
So we need to have a meeting.
Oh, yes,
Yesterday was fouled up for me,
okay, gotcha.
so we'll move on. All right, so Brian, we understand you have some prior obligations that you need to attend to, so you can sign off at this time.
Or you can stay
Or you can stay.
as long as you want, and then just sign off. You're fine.
We're
Okay,
going through policy. We're going through policy.
which is always a good thing to know, because that's what we manage is policy.
The same goes for you too, Joe. I understand that you got some things that you might need to attend to as well. So if you take off, no harm, no foul.
Yep.
Sure.
Sure, take off.
Yes, positive.
You are, yeah.
What do I do from here? Just meet
Yes, next Wednesday we're gonna.
Next
have a
Wednesday.
board meeting.
Um,
Come on with bells on, and it'll be a 2-ish hour meeting.
Show up at 5:30 for you.
You did?
Yes.
Mhm.
I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
on board. So,
Yes.
all right.
Thank you, thank you,
See ya.
thank you.
Kind of need our, you can use it, I got one.
Okay.
We're kind of in need of our fearless leader.
For our policy.
We are.
She said she wanted to finish off with.
Is this my book?
I don't know what that is.
Yes, that's your information on,
No, that's policy.
oh, that's just these policies. You'll get a bigger book like this, full of policy. Do you have the new member policy book? Okay, I was gonna say, if not, I can get you a copy of that. I think you. No, that was, okay, okay, so if you need help, let me know. Okay.
You're my go-to.
Thank you. Okay, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
You can't find it.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, she wanted to finish with I tonight,
Correct.
and then possibly move to
She brought up
K and L.
Yeah, she was sort of hoping that, at first, she was hoping that we could do the whole thing, but then she went, yeah, no, we're not gonna be able to do that.
I told her that
None of us
We
have had
are-
to study this because we didn't
Not
have our binder.
this, no, because I had my book at home and
I had it printed from the last board meeting, yeah, but then I was like, there's no binders. You just like my
Yeah,
kids, so
yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I thought we were.
Well, I brought mine because I needed to read it.
I did too. But
Yeah.
Anyways, so none of us have studied.
So we're gonna have to, it's gonna take us longer to go through it.
Well, I figured even if we just finish I, because you have.
Yes.
She wants to do K and L tonight too.
Yeah. We weren't expecting the.
I can tell you where we left off.
Is it IIA-AR?
Mhm.
Yep. We're at IIABB.
Okay.
Huh?
No, you're right.
Okay.
I've got check.
Yeah, because I put my thing right in the middle
Yeah.
of
Oh, there
where
you
we were.
I started their
Yeah.
new binders too at
Yeah.
maybe.
Where are we at?
Oh, I didn't have a pretty, you had to have a different.
Yeah.
So I,
We're on IIBB. IIABB.
Sorry, next time I'll have an open bracket.
I what?
Okay, sorry.
IIABB. ABB. Two-thirds of the way through the eyes.
It's on page, oh, never mind.
Keep going.
Right,
Find out.
yeah.
Well, she's throwing off with the red tag of the whole, maybe that's easy to her.
Yeah.
Help the old guy. While you're sitting next
That is actually my
And
favorite.
actually,
Yeah, put her next to the handicap guy.
I'm gonna say we can actually go.
We can trudge along here.
I think we can probably and see where we're at.
Well, I think that I will wait for Ron to catch up.
Yeah.
If you look at the bottom right-hand corner, if I help you with it.
Yeah. So
Here we go.
this, I was gonna
We're
say,
getting there, yeah.
I was gonna say, it's only this much of I left.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look at you.
Okay.
IIABB.
Dumb.
Oh, right on time. I was gonna tell them we're good to continue on. Yep.
Okay. So, she swore.
She said she's a proof notary. We have a signature from Gerald. We do not have one from Brian. He will be here on Wednesday. And he will do his.
Check in with Elizabeth, she'll have that form.
Oh,
The sign, yeah.
Wednesday, no, maybe next Wednesday or this
Next
tomorrow?
Wednesday. Yes, next Wednesday, yeah.
Either one of us.
At the board meeting. He'll
At
be
the
here
board
at the board meeting.
Got it.
sometime
Yeah.
this week. We have to have a meeting sometime this week. Linda? Yes.
I know where to go to come to Liz's office.
It-
Yeah. He comes here.
How does he know?
You can always go to the front
Yeah.
office of that.
Yeah.
And something that we do need for both of them is a tag. Badge, yes.
Okay.
It comes in handy if you have to use the restroom.
What's that? I brought mine today for that reason.
Tell me too.
Are we ready?
Yeah, we approved. It's done.
What? I'm good.
I know, I told you. I said we can continue on. We're okay.
All right. But I have a stop at IIABBAR.
Oh, we're at IIABB. We haven't, we didn't
okay.
do that one, yes.
Looks
And
good.
then, Brian, unless you have all of these policies right in front of you,
Yeah,
this
He's just gonna listen though.
Okay.
He's got 20 minutes. He's
Okay.
gonna- Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
The third Wednesday of
Every month.
Well,
Pretty related.
yeah, except it does change sometimes with Thanksgiving and
Yeah.
Christmas.
But for the rest of
But the
this,
rest of it, it is, yes.
Give me one person.
And you'll have a calendar when you get here. And it should be
you
on
should be
the,
able to email him the calendar.
on the website,
Yeah.
but, yeah,
I thought they were.
yeah,
no.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
just says that every Thursday.
Perfect.
If you just plan that, that'll get you through 95% of them. There'll be a special
Yeah.
meeting now and again, but we have to vote on those and we haven't approved any. So for the time being, just plan on that.
So IIADB was the use of feature film videos. And talks about the fact that we are recognizing the commercially produced and films are valuable to some instruction and have a legitimate purpose in school. In this particular version, they've added films or videos. There were some questions about them being completely different, and that all copyright laws must be followed. And wanted us to consider any media materials that are not rated or subject to approval of the administrator prior to viewing. There is a requirement that only G, PG, or PG-13 So the second part of that is, there's two parts to our policies. There is a policy and then there is an AR, and an AR is the system that is used, procedures that are used to implement the policy. So feature film, videos or other medias will all be included. Prior to showing a feature film or other non-related media in a school, an instructor must seek written approval of the principal 5 days prior to the showing. The instructor shall submit the principal in writing the following information on the films or videos or other media: title and description, purpose for showing, match with course objectives, proposed dates of showing, when and how parents and guardians will be notified if necessary, grant consent, audience rating. The showings of all feature films and videos with a G require only prior notice of parents and guardians, and the instructor will summarize in writing the information on the above points 1, 2, 4, and 6. All PG and PG-13 or other related will require consent from parents and guardians before a student will film. And we do that even on our movie nights. That's an additional club event, but we require it on those nights as well.
Okay.
Edited or not rated films or videos, we can be shown at the discretion of the administrator.
Thank you.
Notification of parents or guardians, showing of a G movie at the secondary level will be at the discretion of the administrator. We have not had a lot of problems with videos and feature films. IIAD,
Which AR are we going? The proposed one?
the proposed one.
Okay, so we're getting rid of
Okay,
second.
okay, so we are, and we're deleting this.
The AR2.
Okay.
All right. IIAD, there were no changes to this particular form except changing adhered to at the end. All copyright laws regulating the use of materials will be strictly followed instead of adhered to. So no general changes to that practice.
Delete the next one.
Yep. It is recommended to delete IIDD.
Is there a reason why?
Probably so you don't have to keep a school librarian on.
Yes.
Okay.
Outdated, really.
Well, no, I understand that, but I just want a reasoning why we're doing
That would be my guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Shorten up, yes, yeah, no, I just for public information as to why we're doing what we're doing.
instructional technology, the reason they're deleting this one is most of this information is now covered in the next one that we will be talking about, which is electronic communication systems.
Thank you.
No problem. In the electronic communication systems, the board reviewed this 8/11/21, and there have been no changes. I'm recommending on the policy that we move forward. So it was reviewed so recently.
How often are these supposed, do you know how often these are supposed to be reviewed? Oh, some of them are 5, some are 7.
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
I,
okay. And then.
And,
Okay,
the suggested ones are within a 7.
okay.
Some of them had been since 12.
I know.
A lot of them.
That's why we're doing
Right,
it.
that's why we're doing what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Electronic communication systems has changes. It is defined as seen as meeting given to such as in section 1460 of Title 18 Code. And it defines the means of pornography with under that section 18 Title 18 Code as well. Section 2256. Been reviewed by our tech person, as suggested, have IT personnel, and fits within what we are doing. Our passwords, are you beeping?
See ya.
Thank you.
Right. And attempts to send, intentionally access, or text communicate or engaged in communication that includes but not limited to material that may be interpreted as harmful to minors, obscene, harassment, constitute insulting or fighting words, very expression of which injuries or symbols of harassment or hate have all been approved. Violations and consequences for staff is disciplinary action. I can't tell you that we put this particular policy into effect several times this year. And then there is disciplinary action for staff. And the bottom part is important on.
Where are you
Where
at?
are you?
We are all lost.
Yeah.
Every
Oh.
one of us.
I'm sorry, I just keep going.
What page?
713.
713. Okay,
Yes.
okay, thank you.
The rest of this is all things that we do, but 713, the district assumes no responsibility or liability for any membership, phone, or internet service incurred by a home usage of the district's electronic communication system. And any disputes or problems resulting from phone services or internet provider services from home users of the district's electronic communication system are strictly between the system user and the internet and service provider and or phone service provider.
Okay,
Does that make sense? That
Yes.
we don't become liable?
yes, okay.
There is a sample letter. Honestly, we have never used this letter.
Sounds good.
We do have a version of this, so we have them sign off on a written agreement on electronic.
Okay, so
Communication.
do we need to not have this sample letter in there, but do our own then?
Sounds like you can have this one.
Okay, well, yeah, but if we're going to, oh, it's a, okay, so this is just
An extra.
a sample,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, but ours includes all of what's in here, basically. Okay, that's all I need.
Don't mess with our internet is what ours says.
Okay.
And we do have, as part of our handbook sign off, students and parents sign off on our handbook at the secondary level. We haven't done that specifically at the elementary level because electronic communication hasn't been a significant issue. We've had one incident this year at the 5th grade level, so we're.
I think I've heard about that.
Okay, so this is a sample though.
Yep.
So this is the one that we will be sending out.
We can.
If we need to.
Or
If we need to.
or is there one that we actually want to replace this with that we already have? Okay, so we want to replace this with the one we have? Or,
I guess you could have both of them.
put both of them in there? Okay, then
What do you
I'm gonna-
think?
Okay.
I'm fine.
Either, well, either or we can just put the word sample on this one. Where? Student agreement for,
No, sample parent letter.
no, I'm talking about this, the student agreement. That's what you were talking about.
She's on sample.
1013. She moved on to 1013.
I don't have 1013. Wait
Oh,
a minute. I don't have 1013.
Okay, it's right behind
Why we're
913. Okay,
Sorry.
913 and then 1013. Okay.
That's why we're here on my.
Okay.
So we have a sample
parent letter that we're gonna leave in here, right?
Okay.
Yes.
and then
And then on the
backside of that, there's a student
backside,
section,
right.
which
This is what we sent.
This is.
probably what
Okay, perfect.
is
Okay,
in the
all right
handbook.
then. Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to make the corrections as there and then
Okay.
have that distributed in the fall. But that's what we
Okay.
sent.
All right, thank you.
That's why I was saying this is not the same one.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay.
I'd like you to approve the agreement for electronic communication systems account for staff users of the system. As it's written. It's on 1313.
And did they already sign this? No?
We typically have them sign it when they become staff members. but I think I need to make this an annual signature.
Was that what you were, I was trying to find you when you were saying we had a significant, the staff,
Okay,
was pertains to that.
so on this one, there is a or here. So which one are we? I will not download or access, district proprietary information to a personally owned electronic device. Or I understand that I may use my personal electronic device for education-related purposes and that certain district proprietary information may be downloaded to or accessed through my PED. I agree that any district proprietary information downloaded on my PED will only be as necessary to accomplish district purposes. Yeah, which one are that
It's the
second one?
second one,
Okay,
because if
so-
we don't do the second one, nobody can download their email.
So we'll do that one.
In
Okay,
consideration, yeah.
okay, thank you.
Good catch.
That's
Okay, okay. I'm good.
I'd be
GD.
We are,
to foster creativity and communication. All web pages must comply with board policy. The district, the only thing changed is, on that is website instead of a dash between that. The district website provides resources for obtaining information, about the district. Staff web pages may be used in class activities or provide resources to other staff members. We do not currently have any staff members creating web pages. Staff members linking outside sites to the district services are responsible for checking that all materials and links prior to submission are required. And here's where I get a little nervous. We currently do not have students do individual web pages because of the links that they can access on them. So,
we can take that out of here, right?
I want that board to say, do we want students to have access to make web pages?
Is that under the Clubman organization? Oh, individual student
Yeah.
web pages, okay. Are any of our classes that we are offering, are they doing any web pages at this?
No, they are not.
I don't see how it's gonna hurt, because it says they have to have staff sponsorship.
They have to have staff publish, and they must, work must be published with parent permission, only if related to a class project or school activity. I see this as being a little bit of a slippery slope, but I see this a direction that we're going to be going in our tech instruction. So I just kind of want to make sure that we're all clear what we're giving them access to.
Well,
That's a slippery slope.
Yeah, it is a slippery slope.
so student-created web pages reflect the individual and do not represent the district. Concerns about the content of any page created by a student should be directed to the principal.
Yeah.
Okay. If related to a class project or other school activity, individual student web pages. So basically, is this talking on our web page or just?
Yeah,
Okay, well then,
So the very
This would
first
be-
line has me worried. Students may, with staff sponsorship,
Mhm.
create a web page for publication on the district's website that are primarily academic, educational, and research
Well,
oriented.
let's take out primarily and just put that are academic, educational, and research oriented.
Okay.
I'm good either way. I think that there's lots of schools out there that have this policy probably the way it's written and are doing fine with it.
And it's not a problem yet, until it's a problem.
Right.
And I don't have a problem with students may work on a published, with parent permission, only if related to a class project or other school activity. Such work shall not reveal personally identifiable information or prohibited directory information. That to me is the class part. Like if you inform parents, we are going to be working on web design pages, that's okay.
Yeah.
My question is on that first line, why would we have a student-specific, an individual student-specific link on our webpage? Because even if you took out the word primarily, they can still put that on their webpage.
Well, that, because I'm thinking. if they
Students
did it for
may,
project finance,
with staff sponsorship, create web pages for publication that are academic, educational.
That's kind of how I picture it.
Well, I'm looking at it saying that it's with the staff sponsorship. So maybe staff sponsorship approved by administrator, yeah, and approved by administrator.
Just add that sentence.
Yeah, yeah. Sponsorship
I'm better with that.
And-
I look at
The
that.
administrator, we do principal or-
approved by principal.
That makes it then the final.
Yeah,
Yes,
right,
no or no, can't.
right, yeah.
And then-
So,
That'll work.
I mean, I
Mhm.
just.
Yeah.
I get
no, yeah, yeah, uh-huh.
So web pages must provide, follow district guidelines and approved by principal and or webmaster. The AR.
Yeah.
It didn't say it on the policy. Pages must contain name and address and district, email address of the author, be grammatically correct with the spelling errors. We should have.
Yeah,
Contain current and accurate information, include the copyright statement if appropriate, use district templates, contain a created or modified date, date, definitions of person responsible, identify district affiliation, and contain and return to the district homepage. Links other than the district sites are subject to approval by law. Webmaster. So that's right now, Elizabeth. All links should be checked regularly and revised as necessary. They shall comply with board policies, respect the rights of others, maintain privacy, use website for academic, educational, and research purposes only, and use conventions as standard language. And then 3.3, again, am I missing 3.2?
one, it's on, or 2-3.
I've got 2-3 on
It
the
goes
back.
2-3 on the back, and then 3-3.
So, it goes into the disclaimer and safeguards and maintenance. And they are all within what we do currently, for our webpage. And again, we're utilizing Webmaster because that's, Elizabeth's position. And, there is a notification of a permission for a parent to give permission to post and or create the webpage. So that's super weird that I'm missing like.
Yeah, it's like it got skipped on the,
I didn't think I.
Yeah.
I'd love to say I did, but. And some of these have things already, like I said, Jennifer probably wouldn't
Yeah.
All right,
We have a webpage.
IICA,
So the IUCAR is approved as, okay. Okay.
This is the field trip and special events. It eliminated the board as recognizing the value of special activities. I thought that was. It requires them to be curricular or co-curricular involving travel may be authorized by the superintendent or designee. We currently do that. Primary consideration in our field trips are given to educational values derived, safety and welfare of the students. We do all of that.
I'm gonna say that the board is taken off of there because we don't know all of the special activities that are taking place. And so we don't know if they are or not. That's why it's being taken off.
Yeah.
And it's not the board's
Responsibility, right, either. No, uh-uh.
We do obtain parental permission for each trip. And the administration has developed rules that will ensure students and adult supervisors are acquainted with the standards of conduct while representing the district. Such rules will be reinforced in the district policies, such as alcohol and tobacco and unlawful use of drugs, procedures to be used in case of illness or accidents, and methods for communicating with administrative departments of discipline and emergency situations are in place. And we do have that.
Okay, as updated. And those are all in the handbook, I take it? Or the rules, yeah.
The rules are going over before each field trip by the teachers, the expectations and student meeting review with the parents.
Okay.
That are involved.
Okay.
So they do a briefing before each field trip.
Okay.
IICE. They made a couple of semantic changes. The teacher and sponsor instead of teacher/sponsor. There are no quantum.
So on this, I gotta say, this very first sentence, it says goal for education. Shouldn't that goal be capitalized?
Yeah.
Okay. That was my own.
Okay, are we good with that one?
IICC was adopted in 2021. There were no changes noted and should be adopted.
Okay. So. The IJ review version 2
Is approved for version 1.
One.
And this is what I'm going to tell you. We can't do version 2.
Okay.
The district's comprehensive school counseling program may include a child development specialist who resides in the attendance area of the school district.
No, we can't.
Throughout this, it talks about that personnel being in charge of all of these programs.
Yeah, no.
Version 1, which says the word deletes,
Mhm.
is what we're doing now, which is providing, at the best ability that we have, a counseling program to our ESD partners.
So we want to keep
Version 1.
version 1.
Yeah.
And, okay, just keep version 1. That's all we have to do.
Yep.
So we want to keep the guidance program, not the school counseling program.
Yeah. And primarily because what they're asking us to do, we can't.
Guidance program. Review.
And the next one is IJAR, Child Development Specialist Program. I said, no, we can't do this.
So it's gone too.
Okay, so
Districts offer services of a child development specialist to students in grades K-8 and their families residing in the attendance area of the district. That's a full staff member.
okay, so we are not, and that says actually OJ-AR on our,
Yeah,
no, on,
I know.
yeah. But it
It's
is
supposed
this.
To be changed to I.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I get it. I'm fine.
But
I
it
just,
is not a required one.
okay, so this is no. I'm keeping notes of this for the motion, so, okay.
Got it. IK,
As the change is in section 1E. They have eliminated this demonstration of extended application and the essential skills. So upon graduation, it is asking that they utilize credits for
Extended application, okay. Yeah. Well, there's a TV, somebody's watching, yeah, somebody's watching TV. Yeah, there's a movie. Movie Hub. Yeah, I've been looking in there, going, I wonder who's in there.
How did they get there?
She don't like it. Did you unplug it?
yeah,
Huh?
make sure it's
They're not doing a movie night tonight somewhere, are they? And just going through that? Okay. Oh, that's weird. Somebody hacked
So
it.
are there any questions about the academic treatment? IKA rating system.
Oh, adopt with, oh, okay.
The district reporting system
Shall be based on a board adopted course content, clearly show the student and parent whether the student is achieving course requirements at the student current grade level or course content level, shall be based on a student's progress towards mastery of a continuum of academic knowledge and skills. It may be based on a student's progress in a continuum of the knowledge and skills that are not academic and may include student behaviors that are defined by the district. Absenteeism or misconduct shall not be the sole criterion for a reduction of a student's grade. One.
Yes.
We're adding letter grades will be
used in this district because they are currently used.
Grading will be conducted on a semester
Basis,
So we're taking 9 week or just putting semester?
we're putting semester.
Okay.
And the semester grade will be based on many factors such as basic assignments with oral written class participation, special assignments, research activities,
various types of findings, and special contributions. At the beginning of a grading period, students and parents will be informed regarding the basis of the grades and the methods that will be used to determine them. At the high school level, all teachers provide students with a syllabus.
Where's that?
I'm just telling you.
Okay.
Just so you know, that's how we apply that.
Okay. Gotcha.
And that seems to have been working really well. That's
Okay.
this process.
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll follow well,
Remember,
it
the
was,
elementary version of
yeah,
this, not
it
the high
was
school
at
version.
the district grading practices at the secondary level will follow the recommendations of the Oregon Association. So, yeah.
And we use semester grades for credits.
Yeah, I like this better.
We do assign a quarter credit if they have finished the quarter and move out of our district, but we assign grades at a semester. That's why that's changed.
student progress reports to parents.
I'm curious. So this one was hard for me because parents shall be annually informed of their students' progress. I
Prefer the word regularly
I
because
do too.
we do progress reports once a quarter.
Well,
And grade reports
at the
end of every quarter we
give a report, and at the mid of every quarter, we give a progress report.
Should we put quarterly
Okay,
in there?
so-
Student progress, this is for student progress reports to
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah.
So is it every quarter or every mid-semester?
Every quarter.
Okay.
So we say parents shall be
Quarterly.
quarterly, yeah.
informed of student progress
towards achieving the academic
content standards, including but not limited to
information on progress of each subject area, meet or exceed the academic content standards, and inform the grade level or course content level, including major goals used to determine that information. Specific evidence of progress towards mastery, evidence of student progress in the continuum of knowledge and skills, students' works on state and local assessments indicating a requirement for the way for the district, and student progress towards completion of the diploma requirements for students in grades 9 through 12, including credits earned, demonstrated extended application, and demonstration of essential skills.
Yeah, that first line.
Annually.
Yeah.
Failed his junior year.
Oh, no, yeah, that means we only have to do one report card at the elementary.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, no, don't think so.
Just so you know, it's like,
Yeah.
I have little stamps.
Grade reduction and credit
Denial.
grade reduction on credit denial.
Denial determinations may include student attendance. Student attendance may not be the sole criterion. If
If.
student attendance is a factor prior to a grade reduction or credit denial, the following shall occur. The teacher will identify and inform the parents and the students how attendance and class participation is related to the instructional goals. That the district procedures will include due process.
Okay, well,
They're running that sentence together.
yeah,
Procedures.
will include due process for the student.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the grade is
When the grade
reduced.
is reduced or
Credit is denied for attendance rather
than academic reasons. The reasons for non-attendance are considered, and the grade is not reduced or credit denied based on absences due to religious region, disability, or excused absence as determined by district policy.
So basically, you fail your kid for
Not what?
Not attending.
That's just the only time I really see that.
Well, either that or they're cutting class and they're not coming to school and yeah,
Or chronic absenteeism.
yeah, chronic
But
absent.
they're also
right.
limited their work probably.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but that's also part of it. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
It is recommended that we delete homework. Don't disagree with that?
What's your opinion on that? That was kind of off topic. I asked that.
You can. Homework has a purpose assignment. But homework for homework's sake is ridiculous.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's
No, I
very
totally
true.
agree.
Yeah.
I did fairly well in school, and I did do homework, and I told a couple of my teachers, I'm not good at homework. Because I don't have time to do it. It was just busy, you know, teachers that would, you didn't get done in class, and there was projects, but then you had my English teacher would assign busy week, just for the sake of having busy week to do it home. So that's.
Well, you were more polite than I was.
So we won't go down that line.
Yeah.
So I do think that there are times where homework needs to be sent home to support a student.
Yeah.
But, homework for homework's sake, just to have a task to do when you get home.
Mm-mm.
And especially in our schedule where we're having kids in school for almost 8 hours a day.
And then have 2 hours plus the bus ride. You know, you got a 10-hour day for a student supposed to eat lunch with their, or dinner with their family.
Mhm.
So, yeah, and I do believe that the super majority, I don't know of a teacher that believes in daily homework in this district that I'm aware of. A lot of them utilize Semcar. Well, at the high school level, we're using
Yeah.
Semcar. But even at the elementary.
Tree
Except
for a request to read daily, like, 20 minutes before you go.
I don't have a problem. But, okay,
Class rankings,
nothing
nothing in there has changed from the current.
policy that we're utilizing.
So the building is just taking out. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're taking out building principal instead of,
Some of the words that they took out are just like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of work just to take out
And we
one
paid
word.
them a lot of money.
Maybe and
yeah,
okay. Okay. It was updated. Okay.
Promotion and retention. IKE. Students who cannot demonstrate proficiency in each subject area, who are not making adequate progress towards demonstrating proficiency in their grade levels will be considered for retention. Teachers must notify the principal of these students and make a recommendation to the principal concerning the promotion or retention.
and hold the conference with the parent. Parental decisions will be final.
But when the parent's decision is not in agreement with the school recommendation,
And parents must sign a release of responsibility, which is placed in the CD file.
I like it.
so we have done that.
Okay.
The state of Oregon, that is state law, and it's a parent's choice whether or not to retain the child.
Right.
One of the issues that we're having, at the high school right now,
Is we
we've had 3 students since Christmas enrolled, whose parents have retained them more than once. And that has been creating a problem.
What does that mean?
Okay.
So, for example, we had a student who is 16 enrolled in 8th grade. Because the parents have chosen, because parent has a unilateral right.
Right.
To retain. So.
Oh, to hold them back.
Mm-hmm.
That's the word, okay.
Right.
I'm sorry, yeah. And so,
Retain, it used to be close.
so, unless we have, written documentation for a need of more than 1 year, we are now saying to a parent that age equivalence will be 1 year behind instead of 2 to 3 years behind. Because we cannot have
16-year-olds.
in with our 12 and 13-year-olds.
Okay. So does that need to be in our
think so.
Okay, because it's
But I
highlighted,
wanted you to know.
okay, because it's highlighted saying review for current process. So,
So we could add, I could add that in there. But this is unique to the chair. I've never had this happen before.
okay,
But 3 students back to back. And I'm just like, what is happening? That these students are,
3 years behind their age equivalents. And, well, in special education, it wouldn't really matter because they have the ability to go to school until 21.
right,
So, 2 out of the 3 were special education students. And we
Okay.
said, no, because they have the ability to extend to 21, they are going to be closer to age parity.
Yeah.
But I just wanted you guys to know because I think I would want to wait and see if this continues to be a trend.
okay.
But if it's just something that unique happened this year.
So you might revisit
Well,
it.
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, we can actually say to relook at this individual one in a year or 2 years, or,
Yeah, we could say a year. Or 2
okay,
years. But
I just wanted you guys to know, because it's such a unique situation.
that it, came through.
pen just died. Okay, so. Okay. Review, and 2 years, I'm gonna put 2 years.
2 years?
Or 1 year. 2, thank you, okay. Okay,
The board established IKF.
Graduation requirements, the board established graduation requirements and the awarding of the diploma. Nothing has changed until yet. If the district requires diploma beyond the state requirements, the district shall grant a waiver for those requirements to any student who at any time in grade 9 through 12 was, 1, a foster child, 2, experienced houselessness, 3, a runaway, a child of a military covered student, a child of a migrant worker, or enrolled in youth corrections education program or juvenile detention education program. Any student identified above, the district shall accept credits earned by that student in an educational program in the state applying to those credits towards the requirements of the diploma if the credits satisfy those requirements and educational programs in the state.
so basically, we're just taking out homeless and adding in houselessness.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And there are no changes on other pages of that.
What about that one down at number 4? The footnote on page
2-6.
26. It says civics becomes half credit requirement beginning on January 1, 2026. This is not required language at this time, but the district could choose. So we're going to put that in, is that correct? Okay. And then the proficiency.
Put that in because
Civics class.
and
Yes, we do.
required within a year.
Right, okay. Waived and is not condition of receiving a high school diploma during, okay.
I believe that was one of the half credits.
Yeah, this, yeah,
Additional.
So be an extra class.
yeah, it's a half, this says half credit.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
didn't know if they were substituting out something else.
Oh, okay, yeah, no.
Like taking out econ and civics.
Oh, gotcha, Gotcha, okay. I was gonna say the state hasn't, they've just added it on.
What it requires us to do is less and less elections. which makes that harder. We were deleting IKAR and IKFA.
And is that getting,
Why are we heard that somewhere else?
It is addressed in
Okay.
yes, okay. That's what I was thinking.
Okay, so the board believes completion of the requirements of the diploma are really good things and should be celebrated in graduation exercises. I summarized that first paragraph. Accordingly, appropriate graduation programs may be planned by the school on the date selected by the board. The board does select those dates when they adopt the calendar. The school valedictorian or other stations of the principal or designee may be permitted to speak as part of the district plan graduation. All speeches will be reviewed and approved in advance. All students in good standing who have successfully completed the requirements of the program or qualified to receive or receive the modified diploma, an extended diploma, or an alternative certificate, including
District-sponsored alternative education program, and a student with disability receiving a document certifying successful completion of a program requirement shall have the option to participate in graduation exercise. A student shall be allowed to wear dress uniform issued by a U.S. branch of the armed forces. If the student qualifies to receive a high school diploma, modified diploma, extended diploma, or alternative certificate.
why did it end on and?
We've got a second page, 2.2 on the backside.
And has completed
Basic training and is an active member of the
forces. Graduating students will be allowed to wear Native American or other items of cultural significance.
There's updated footnotes too, which we'll have, yeah. Yeah, no, those are good.
Where you going?
Run that.
Is he gonna, does he not have his badge?
He does.
Oh, okay.
The door's locked, we need to,
Oh,
Scott had his, so it was like, but that's not my badge, he said, I brought mine.
And this is for the students only, is that correct? Because on this, because I was gonna say the board for the graduation exercise, the board chair needs to do that would just be, well, that needs to do their speech. So does the principal, and my personal opinion, I think that's always a good thing. No, you don't, okay.
No, I'm going to say that's not going to happen this year. This year.
That's good.
It might.
It's already been made clear that it's not.
Huh?
It's already been made clear that it's not.
Oh, he said that?
I'll talk.
I will say a member of the board can speak on behalf of the board.
Okay, all right. Okay, and I'm gonna, okay, yeah. That would be, yeah, that would be good. That would be good. Okay, so, yeah, a member of the board. Okay,
My
In other words, district, the school dollar requirement on this paragraph?
Yes. Okay. And that doesn't have to be in this. Is that correct? That doesn't have to be in this, correct? Okay, all right.
How we structure
It is just, right, that's what I was thinking. I,
disability is
Okay.
important.
Look back.
I don't have to buy it.
What?
Ever get tissue box?
Sir?
okay, so IKH.
IKH. Proficiency.
Huh?
The district shall regard.
Oh. That has all the,
Like she took out all the red already.
and added in?
No, she just took out the red. But that's why I was like, how come there's only one?
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Okay, the district shall grant required elective credit towards a diploma or modified diploma provided the method of accruing such credit is described in the student's educational plan and the student earns credit by one or more of the options below. May grant credit to a student if the student demonstrates a defined level of proficiency and mastery or recognized knowledge and skills, state academic content standards, industry-based and other national and international standards by one or more options, successfully completing classroom equivalent work that meets Oregon state requirements, successfully completing classroom work in class or out of class where hours of instruction may vary, successfully passing an appropriate exam, providing a collection of work or other assessment
Evidence of and providing documentation of learning abilities and experiences.
for example, certification of training holders and board director
The superintendent to establish criteria for granting this credit. This is super important. There's a few kids that
we've given alternative ed options and this is not,
Okay, I was wondering if leave the door too open or not.
no.
I would say we will find this 3 times this summer.
My little buddy, one of them.
No, but I have another little buddy for you.
Did you? Does he need a job?
Is he gonna make it? I heard he went to school on Friday. I don't know if he did or not.
We shouldn't be talking about this right now.
Okay.
Raven,
E,
assessment program.
and that's not on here.
I got it on. Oh, you guys are on that one. I'm on this one. I don't know what the difference in these are.
IL, where's IL? I have an IKE.
IL delete, so I'm in, we're good.
Okay, but there's an IKE in mine, assessment program.
At the bottom says
I
IL.
IKH, IKE.
Just a minute.
For me, the bottom corner says IL.
Okay,
It does.
Wait a minute.
Oh, IL, right here.
But the
The
color's not
assessment
correct.
program, **dash IL.
It says original code actually. Is that right? It was that?
okay, wait a minute,
Okay.
because
If you go back.
Oh, right here, IKE,
mention of students,
assessment.
and what is
Oh.
IKE?
Assessment program.
So they renamed it IL. Is how I interpret
But
that.
they're saying
I'm
delete.
not comfortable with that.
I'm not either.
Because this says IKE up here, assessment program for code.
And then on the bottom, it says to,
Pull this one out.
Yes. Okay.
And can we figure out what that, because That's not IKE.
And find out if that's IL, because we don't have an IL in here, and we don't want to delete until we know about this.
Right.
So, okay.
Take that one out.
Now,
What does the 2 stars mean? The 2 asterisks.
yeah, the 2 asterisks, so it's IL.
Yeah.
That's what we need to figure this, yeah. No.
I think it used to be IKE, but they made another IKE, so they renamed this one IL
Yeah.
But it should have
just
been
double check
named.
it.
Yeah.
at the
it-
top.
Yeah. So
We just
we
printed
need,
off from them,
Right.
so.
Yeah.
I'm recommending the deletion of the evaluation of instructional programs and the proposal of the district improvement program version 2. I'm recommending version 2 be approved.
so IMD.
IM is deleted, and
Okay.
IMB
approved
is that program,
Okay, and we do take the IMD. Okay.
yeah.
The district improvement program,
District, okay.
because there was a student
Yeah.
achievement.
Right, we're deleting,
Recommending the proposed version
2 in IM.
okay,
So why are there?
IMD, okay. Because you're special.
Actually, you probably have this too.
This is the one I always go off of. Everything goes on there.
Because this is I, this is J.
One and you notes on each one of what we were
Okay.
supposed to
Right,
do.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is what we did. 'Cause I always check off this one.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't have to. Oh,
You don't?
no,
Oh. Well, maybe.
yeah, you are special, 'cause I don't have to. Maybe
It
I'm
would
special.
be in the, never mind.
Okay, no, we're not gonna go. No, we're good, we're good. Okay, so I just need to know here, so we're deleting IM. We are going to accept IMD,
Version 2.
IMD version 2 as written, or updated, or as,
Do we need to take one of those brackets on version 2?
okay, version 1, just delete. And version 2. Okay, yes,
Second
superintendent.
paragraph, superintendent will
ensure development and implementation of a comprehensive plan and
self-evaluation project, engages the school community, involves parents, students, teachers, employees, and community representatives from demographic groups. That's our,
integrated plan process. We keep all of that.
Keep both sets of brackets.
yep.
So, okay, so before beginning a class in the study of an obviously controversial topic, a teacher will discuss with the superintendent and principal. Is that,
We're good, you're right. Before the beginning of class of the study.
well, okay,
So there were brackets that I said we were including all of that.
And the last one,
Because it was. We just confirmed that and we weren't.
you were when you started.
okay.
We're where you are now, which is IMB.
Okay,
She's
Okay, so she's ahead of us.
He was clarifying something with me.
okay.
Sorry.
And we followed.
Okay, all right.
Too many versions of this book now, somehow.
We do. She's got a different,
Because like I
had brackets here, so I asked her if we need
to clarify, and hers aren't highlighted.
and on the, which proposed? Oh, this one.
The version.
So those are all of our.
Oh. Okay, so it engages the school community and we have to put and, correct? Or just comma? Involves parents, students,
Now we can catch up to Carol.
okay.
Yeah, she's back with us.
Okay, and we need to add the word and there,
You
okay.
did better about that than me.
And then and there, okay.
So we're keeping both on Caroline's page too. IMB, superintendent.
No, I recommend principal here.
Oh,
We're
okay,
beginning
so,
of a class and study and obviously controversial. The principal should come to the superintendent if there's a question about.
okay, so it is just principal and then, okay. Okay, so that is
INB.
okay. Okay, with changes, and then IMBAR. Okay, but it's on here.
Is it?
Yes.
See, that's why you guys gotta follow this one. It's not on here.
Okay, question marks,
So
yeah,
IMBAR.
yeah,
So I'll tell you what IMBAR is, that's this other, the student achievement program version 1 of that.
well, but there's an AR with it and we don't have it. Yeah.
Jennifer must have took it out.
Let's blame Jennifer.
I'm all
Okay,
for that. right?
Okay, so IMB-AR,
Does it say to delete it on this one?
I need this information for the,
I know.
It just says blank, so for now, I have the lookets to find out.
We need-
Okay,
we need to
find
look into
out.
that.
okay,
Keep it out of the motion.
right, look into, keep,
An AR on motion.
okay,
I wonder why it's not on this.
doesn't matter at this point. INB, well, that's okay with changes, okay. Inca, yes.
Political figures in district facilities.
Keep as is that what it is? Okay. Okay.
Oh, that's a lot to be precious.
United States.
EB.
United States flag and Oregon flag shall be displayed
In the school building under the control of the board or used by the district
during school hours except
in unsuitable at any other such time the board seems proper. The National League of Families, POW flag shall be displayed on or near each school building when required by state law and in the same manner as the U.S. and Oregon flag. The district shall obtain and display the U.S. flag of the appropriate size for each classroom. Students shall receive instruction in respect of the national flag and be provided the opportunity to salute the flag at least once each reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. The flag salute may be implemented at assemblies before or after school, lunch, special events, homeroom classes, etc.
individuals.
Document
Students who do not participate in the salute must maintain a respectful silence during the salute. And upon the
requests from an Oregon sovereign
tribal government provide representation of its sovereign. Government must be displayed on or near or within a school building during school hours. The location of the flag will be determined by the district. Consultation with the requesting sovereign.
Okay, so is the missing flag, the POW MIA an Oregon statute?
So
Read the bottom.
what I read out of that is if you have the infrastructure applied, you have to, and you don't go prior to building a bill prior to 2018.
Do we have one?
I don't think so. How many flagpoles do we have? Just one. How big is the flag? Fly off this flag? It's always just.
We are
You
with or we
and
can't?
I don't.
No, okay, okay.
But it would be
Right.
good to look into that. Some way, somehow.
Yeah, I think it would be nice to be able,
A flagpole.
Well, they're actually very expensive. They're actually very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. And our flag comes down in the evening or, yeah, okay. Well, unless you have a light, right, yeah, right,
A night.
right, exactly, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, so
The flag is good?
Yeah, I was surprised.
INE
Okay.
Is deleted.
Okay, all right.
ING.
Ing. Sorry.
Animals in district facilities. This gives the American Disabilities Act of service animals the right to be in our facilities.
Mhm.
If the animals are kept in the classroom on days when classes are not effective, arrangements must be made. The animals must adequately be cared for and appropriately secured, and only teacher and student designated by the teacher are handling the animal. The animal must be approved before entering the school by the superintendent.
Okay, okay, thank you.
That are part of the district curriculum or curricular activity that are allowed in the districts.
That's
Okay,
pretty
so-
straightforward.
Yeah,
So didn't we have a different policy that we were worried about how it was worded for like therapy animals maybe or something?
This actually changed some of the wording of that, so, it didn't have before only service animals serving persons with disabilities on there.
Yeah,
So,
Okay.
I remember we talked about it, you know, about this.
right, yes.
Like-
Like it.
It was an emotional support animal.
Yeah,
Yes,
So
yeah,
we still have that policy though, right?
we do not have a policy on emotional support animals.
I thought we talked about it before.
We talked about it at the beginning of the year because I was asked about it, about it
okay.
right, right, yeah, and we didn't have,
several times. We determined that she
Okay, that's right, I remember now.
yeah,
didn't follow.
through with creating, and we were looking at procedures, not policy at that point.
Okay, I remember now.
The INGAR,
I liked, this is a pretty simple
form
to fill out.
for that. I am going to tell you I spent part of the weekend going over section J. It's a pretty section.
You know what I think we should do with Jay? I think we should make the other board members J2.
okay,
Um,
so,
KL section has about 25. And they are, by the way, things we are very familiar with because it's all about our
Complaint process.
not that
We've all
ever
done anything.
on the complaint process. But I guess my recommendation right now is that maybe we postpone J. And if the board wants to, look at KL, and then we would only have section J left to do.
I don't think we're gonna get through KL tonight.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know.
Not how long it took us to get
Well,
that much
and you
time.
guys haven't, so.
We haven't had a chance to look at any of
Okay.
this.
Then I'm gonna suggest that J is intense.
Yeah,
I think what we should do is we should go through KL and J and try to knock it out in 2 more meetings.
in where?
2 more meetings.
Okay, okay,
I think that we should try to get through KL and part of J and then finish J in the second.
Okay.
I think so.
okay,
What do you think?
Either way, we could.
Yeah.
all of it.
I just think it's good. I think we got 2 more meetings here.
Okay. As long as we get it done before, yeah, June, yeah,
Because we want to wait till our.
okay. So, yes, please. Yeah, and for making the dates and setting the actual dates and saying this is it and this is, we're gonna finish, period.
So we
So-
could put KL, we have 3, 4 more. Let's see, what is it? We're in April, right?
Yes.
April, May, June, July,
Yeah.
4 more. We could put AL on, like we used to, on the board agendas. Or rather do it this way.
I think I'd rather do it this way to get it completed. And then from there, as we're gonna go back
What
to,
we're just saying is if we say we have, I don't know what our board
right,
agendas look like. If we have an hour-long meeting possibly, we can knock out like 10 of these per meeting. and be done with
is
it.
that what you're talking about? Or
Yeah.
just putting, okay. I thought you meant just putting 1 or 2 and I'm going,
No.
no, okay,
I
No,
was
we
looking
could-
at, we
okay.
have like 7 of them that are gonna be deleted.
right. Oh,
There's
well
not
then,
a board meeting, we're done.
okay, well then,
But
So I
Okay.
think that's something that we can discuss as we do the board
Yeah,
agendas.
okay, okay.
okay.
well, yeah, well, that, and we can make it, we're gonna discuss it at the board meeting too, and we can do it then too, as well. And,
I'll have a better proposal of the breakdown of how we can do that. to get it
Okay,
done.
all right, yeah,
Because
that,
if we can
that
knock
would
out
be good.
10 of
Okay.
those regular scheduled board meetings, that's one more special meeting.
okay. You wanna entertain a motion?
I would like to entertain a motion to approve the section,
Uh.
the policies in section I that we went through.
Okay. I would like to make a motion that we accept. Okay, I would like to make a motion that we accept IIBGA-AR, IIBGB with changes that we asked for. That we reject IJ-AR. And on IJ, we keep version 1 guidance program. We accept IKAB with changes. IKE, accept it, but review again in 2 years. Pull out IL to check about the IKE assessment program at the code on the top and then the IL at the bottom. We accept IMB version 2. We pull out IMB-AR and find out what that is. And all others we accept with the changes as written and discussed.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a first and a second, is there any further discussion? No? Let's vote. Lily, yes?
Caroline, yes.
Justin, yes.
Okay.
All right, do I have? Thank you. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
You make the motion, you adjourn.
Second.
First and second, any further discussion? Let's vote. Yes.
Caroline, yes.
Justin, yes. Meeting adjourned.
Holy cow.
So what time would you?
I have interviews after 1:30.
We want to do it before 1:30? Yeah. That should have been on Thursday, that would probably work. How about 10? Is that okay?
Yeah.
This, which are,
Not you, you don't have to worry about this vote.
We got behind with the changeover.